What a great day we have today. So if you want to know on how to play Princess Peach Showtime, a Switch game into your PC, fully optimized and fully playable in 1080p, 2K resolution or 1440p or 4K resolution, that is the perfect video tutorial for you to watch because I'm going to teach you everything you need to be able to play this into your PC. So first of all, what you need is that you'll need to have a copy of all the three files that I have highlighted here in my desktop. These are the keys, the firmware file, and the Princess Peach Showtime game in XCI file format. And you will also need to install an application called Ryujinx. So for those who don't know, Ryujinx is a Nintendo Switch emulator. It can play any Nintendo Switch games into your PC as long as you have all of these three files here installed in Ryujinx emulator. So first of all, I'm going to teach you where to get Ryujinx emulator officially. And to do that is just, you'll need to open a web browser and just type in Ryujinx emulator in Google search and hit search. The first result would always be ryujinx.org. That is their official website. So click on that, then click on the Get Started button. And now you can choose on which system or device you want to install your Ryujinx emulator. So there are two installers for Linux, so be sure to get them here and click download. And if you're for Mac, be sure that you are on MacOS 12 or later version in order for you to install Ryujinx. And for those who are in Windows, just like me, I am currently using Windows 11 and Ryujinx emulator will run perfectly on this. So I'm just going to skip on this part because I have already installed it. And the installation process for this is really easy to do and is really straightforward and that anyone can do this and any newbie can do this. So go ahead, click on it now, download it and install it now. So I'm just going to minimize this and I'm just going to assume that you have already installed the latest build of Ryujinx emulator. So go ahead, open Ryujinx emulator. Your Ryujinx emulator, because this is your first installation, will not look like just like mine here because mine has already been set up properly, but for you will need to set up things before it can play and detect Switch games. So the files that you need are the three files that I have highlighted here in my desktop. You'll need to install them in Ryujinx. So what are these files? These files are the Nintendo Switch keys and the Nintendo Switch firmware. Both should be in version 17.0.1 so that it'll be able to play Switch games previously released and newly released such as Princess Peach Showtime, and the game should be in XCI or NSP file format so that Ryujinx emulator will be able to boot up this game. Now, if you're asking me on how to get all of these files, the most legal way to do this is that you own a Nintendo Switch console which is fully modded and have installed a custom firmware in it. Because if it has a custom firmware installed in it, that means that you can have fully access your Nintendo Switch system files. And once you have access on the system files, all you have to do is just look for all of the keys files of the Switch and the firmware files of the Switch, and then just transfer them into your PC. And to get the game, there's no other way around this, but you should purchase the game legally, own the physical copy of the game, purchase it from a physical store. And once you have done that, now you can now dump the game into a digital file format such as XCI or NSP file format, just like here. Now, for those who want to try out and play this game but don't have a Switch and don't know where to get all of these files, all you have to do, guys, is just scan this QR code here with your QR code reader into your mobile phone so that you'll be redirected to a page wherein you can get a copy of all these three files. So be sure to check the files that I've highlighted here in my desktop and visit the site and be sure to get a copy of all these three files. So once you have these files and have transferred them into your PC, we will now install them in Ryujinx emulator. So I'm just going to assume that you have already files. So go ahead, open Ryujinx emulator and go to File, open Ryujinx folder, then locate System folder. The next step is to open the keys zip file in the desktop, and all you have to do here is just drag and drop the product keys and title keys inside. And if this is your first installation, then this folder should be empty. Once you have copied all the files, close on this, then it's time to install the firmware. So go to Tools, go to Install Firmware, install a firmware from XCI or zip file, locate on the firmware file, and hit Open. And we'll say here that we'll have to install this firmware version and hit Yes. And we'll start to install this file and hit OK. You'll know the installation is successful because right down here below, it says system version 17.0.1, the same as the keys and firmware file of the Switch. And also your Switch games will now be detected here. And also, it will show you the game icons of the games. So if you see a game that doesn't have a game icon, that means that you're using an outdated firmware or an outdated key. So be sure to only follow the QR code that will put on the screen to only get the latest files to play Princess Peach Showtime in Ryujinx emulator. Now, for the next step is that we will need to optimize our Ryujinx emulator so that you'll be able to play this game with no graphical glitches and bugs and drifting into your playthroughs. So go to Options, go to Settings, and in this part, just be sure to pause the video and copy every setting that you see here. So these are my settings for the general tab. Game directories is wherein you will store your Switch games. It could be anywhere into your PC, but be sure that you store them in an SSD rather than an HDD, okay? So that the game will run much smoother and much faster. Once you're done, go to Input, and it's better to use a controller rather than a mouse and keyboard when playing Switch games. That's why I have connected my Nintendo Switch Pro controller here. And if you have an Xbox or PlayStation controller, connect them here, map them up according to liking. And be sure to change on the dead zone for both left and right sticks here in 0.20 or 20% so that there'll be no drifting in your playthrough. Now go to Keyboard and Hotkeys. These are the default settings here. Now go to System. Really simple settings. You can change the region, language, time zone, and system time to whatever you like, because if you want to progress some of the games that you have, such as Animal Crossing, you can change them here. Now go to CPU. These are the settings here, so be sure to copy them. Now graphics, most important part of the setting. So graphics backend should be in Vulkan API. Your preferred GPU is your dedicated graphics card. You should select that. Features and enhancements, you should enable shader cache and enable macro HLE, so be sure to check them. In resolution scale, you should have it in 2x resolution so that the game will look much sharper, much more beautiful than the native resolution of the Switch. But if your PC can't handle that, then just revert back into native resolution. Okay, but for me, 2x resolution is the best. Now go to audio. Really simple settings, be sure to copy them. Now go to network. If you want to play online, be sure to change the settings here, just like mine here, so be sure to copy them and hit apply and hit OK. Congratulations, your Ryujinx emulator is now fully optimized to run and play any Nintendo Switch games into your PC, such as Princess Peach Showtime. So a little bit of a disclaimer, I will not be able to show you a gameplay of this, guys, because we all know how strict Nintendo is and they do not support the Nintendo Switch emulation scene for PC. That's why I can't show you a gameplay, because if I show you, then I will be just like what happened to Yuzu emulator. Yuzu emulator is the very first Nintendo Switch emulator, and they have been taken down by Nintendo. And also the Citra emulator for the 3DS, they have been taken down also. So that's why I can't show you any gameplay at all. So as long as you have followed all the steps that I have shown you in this guide, you'll be able to get the necessary files to be able to be installed into your PC, be able to run Princess Peach Showtime in Ryujinx emulator fully optimized. So if you have some questions regarding the installation process of this game, then just leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer all of them as fast as I can. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and goodbye for now.